Hello, it is Lloyd Andrews, and today we are on r/entitledparents, and my reading guest today is...
Hello, I'm Rose, again.
Yeah, she was on r/Pornhub comment. Sadly, Titan could not join us today, or Tall Doom, or Train Man Hoot, however you know him. But we're only going to be reading medium ones, just because I'm pressed for time, and it's late at night.
It's tired
Yeah.
in band camp.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. EM is mad because neighbor put thorn bushes in yard after kid constantly picks her flowers. This is gonna be good.
This is a good story.
Alright. So,
I will pull up my own version of this. I think I saw it earlier, so I might look it up so I can maybe see it better than pixelate stuff, you know?
yeah, gotta love that Minecraft pixelation.
Gotta love it.
Alright, I will be reading this one. Alright, so the cast is pretty simple. Just replace me with N for neighbor. A little bit of backstory. This happened around May, and I live next to a married couple when the wife has a garden which, from what I have heard, she has had for years. You might think it was just a few pretty blossoms and bushes, but nope. Her entire front left side of her yard and front yard, those patches of dirt you see next to the stairs leading to your door, was covered by various plants, flowers, and shrubs of all different sizes, shapes, and colors, etc. Enter our EKs, both male and the oldest being 11 and the youngest 9. These two live across the street on the right from us and had a nasty habit of crossing the street to pick N's flowers with amazing skill, making bouquets for various reasons, like special occasions, events, and sometimes just to make Mama happy. The worst part is EM would tell them to do it. I can already see where this thing's going.
Oh, that sucks.
Alright, N has repeatedly told the two to stop, to the point that she went over to talk to their mother about it. From what I have heard, it didn't go well. Apparently EM didn't want to buy bouquets at the store because they were too expensive and the drive was just a waste of gas. Plus, it's not fair. You have all those
Oh my
flowers
God.
and you won't share. How greedy! She would call the cops, but then they would just give her a warning to take EM's side, since around here the cops are pretty easy to lie to. I feel bad for this neighbor.
Because she's like, she had this garden for so long, and then everybody's like screwing on her garden. I'm like, don't do that. Just don't do that.
Two boys.
It's just too, yeah, I'm like, boys, just be boys and go in your backyard.
I just killed a mosquito.
I hate mosquitoes.
N has repeatedly told them to, nope, we've read that. She would call the cops. They were pretty easy to lie to. We've read that. Instead, she decided to take matters into her own hands.
Ooh.
Let's see if this will go on r/petty revenge, r/nuclear revenge, or r/revenge.
I think I might go on just revenge plain normal.
Yeah. Alright, a week later, when I left my brother for vacation from the house, I found thorny bushes scattered around the gardens, mostly in areas that made it extremely difficult to get through without getting pricked or cut a few hundred times. I found out she planted fire thorns, blackthorn, and my favorite creepy juniper bushes. When I was asked, she simply said, "I wish them good luck." Not even a week later. Not even a week later.
This is why you're not mean.
Yes. Not even a week later, I hear banging on the neighbor's door. Looking out the window, I see EM fuming in rage, while her kids were next to her, equally upset. Some even had bandages on their arms, legs, or face. She looked less of a Karen and more of a semi-fat soccer mom with quite a bit of cash to her name. Haircut wasn't the "bring me to your manager," but instead the "my son's own insert random unrelated company that isn't."
I'll be EM now because I have the story in my head. I have the story now.
Alright, perfect. Alright, well, it's just in time. We can do neighbors and EMs. So which one do you want to do?
Great. I'll do EM, because you've been doing the narrator.
Alright. Well, may I hit?
How dare you hurt my children?
Explain to me how I hurt your children. I did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Look, present her kids and her full of bandages and very upset and they're on the verge of crying.
Let me guess. Hurt while playing?
No! Your death garden did this. My children are scared of your yard because those plants were hurting them. Do you know how much money it costs to buy them new clothes because their stuff keeps ripped up from the thorns? Torn from the thorns? That's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is. Well, why were they in my garden in the first place? If they stayed away and stopped picking at my yard, this wouldn't have happened, and you wouldn't be yelling like you have no brain. I don't for me right now. I planted them because I thought they were beautiful. Not only that, but burglary exists everywhere, so it's perfect protection. Alright, this is back to narrator, so I will pick back up. After a little bit back and forth, the EM leaves, but not without the threat of suing her and demanding the thorny bushes be taken away. Luckily, the kids stopped picking at her yard, while EM gave death glares ends way whenever the opportunity shows. I'll update if anything happens.
That's just a perfect story of petty revenge, but it has such a great meaning to it.
Yes, it does. You never know which crazy lady will plant thorn bushes in her yard.
And then try to kill you.
Yes. Okay. EM angry after her son's surgery gets canceled because she didn't follow any protocol. Or we have anti-vax, homophobic, racist, controlling classmate with principal's daughter, so she ruined my school years.
Ooh.
What do we want to do here?
I see both of them.
Alright. Keep in mind...
But anti-vax, homophobic, and racist is very, very controversial.
Well, I have a feeling it's one person.
That's what normally EM stories are. You want to do the EM about the son's surgery? I think it's kind of important
I have the
that she got mad.
homophobic, racist, controlling classmate.
Got you. Let's go.
Alright. I will start off. It doesn't look like this one has back and forth conversation here, but alright. Do you want to read this one?
I'll read it.
Alright, go for it.
Hello. A few months ago, I started reading these entitled parent stories. At the start of viewing the subreddit, I thought that there weren't that many people in my life that were that type, apart from one. This is my first post, so I hope I did well on portraying her. This post is going to live up to the title that I assigned her. In the title, more stories perhaps coming soon. I decided to write this because me and her are switching different schools, so hopefully fewer interactions as possible. Okay, let's get started. My classmate, in which we'll call her Sarah, not her real name, was the principal's daughter. She and her siblings felt like they owned the school. Her and her parents were very controlling. They were unbearable. I don't walk down the stairs at a fast pace, yet I see the principal bolting down the stairs like Naruto. Anyways, me and her were always in a fight. Others would generally do hate her, but maintain a relationship to not damage their reputation, usually present in girls, or tried to avoid the principal's wrath. I completely understand with that because that's some drama tea.
Yes, it is.
I am happy to say that many of us got our petty revenge at the end of the school year, during the school trip to the mountains where no principal was present. There were teachers who were fired. Oh my god. Because they were not to her liking. I know, it's insane. She also claimed to be anti-vax because they cause autism. That's actually proven false. Whatever.
Well, hang on, before you continue. The whole
This is.
anti-vax thing, which I have a feeling we should do that for our next subreddit.
I think so.
Anti-vax, they claim it causes autism because when you get most of your vaccines or when the first diagnosable signs of autism come around, but correlation does not mean causation. And
Yeah.
that's what these people can't get through their brains. But continue, sorry I interrupted you.
It's okay, because it's been proven wrong, but we already know that. We're smart people, I guess. I'm not smart.
Smart brain. It is time for big brain time.
Yep. We being 3 against 1, yes, our class was that small. It's a private school. Criticized her. Because you can literally fucking die from not getting these vaccines. Yet, she still didn't care. Even the philosophy teacher was disgraced. Ooh. You can't disagree with that type of teacher. Sorry.
No.
The return of the bullshit was, you can apparently diminish someone's value in a field on their views of homosexual marriage. Her point in disliking Ariana Grande's music comes from the fact that the singer questioned support gay and lesbian relationships. In music case, I think you're supposed to judge a book by its cover. Another ridiculous story was about slavery and black rights. Why do they get so much rights in the U.S.? And what did they do to deserve them? I still think that they should have many advantages because of that historic events. Yet a few months back, she loudly proclaimed a woman should have more rights and privilege than men because we are mistreated. What the fuck? I'm not even dying in a war. No right to vote against hard labor. Now that's bullshit. I agree. Women were diminished in the olden days. But come on! The world has more people than you! Which, I don't have any opinion on that one.
Well, I'm going to state my opinion here when you finish reading of a little bit of a entitled family of my own.
Ooh, we're getting some entitled stories? Okay, self-entitled stories, because I have way more myself. These are only remarks that either just lashed out or drove me crazy in my head, because she fucking kicked me 3 times in some areas. When I kicked back, I got in trouble. Talk about hostility, man. Anyway, I'd rather end this now. It's been quite long, and I'm getting heated. I definitely share more stories I've learned over the summer. Let's go let yourself get heard by someone, or not. Thank you for reading, and have a nice day. So, yeah, that was the story.
Alright, and there is an edit. I forgot that the TLDR, so if you don't fancy reading detailed stories, basically my classmate made homophobic, racist remarks, was very controlling, and even got some teachers fired. That's a person who ruined my school years. Now, let's delve into how I finished high school here. So, for the last 2 years at my high school in some random town in some random state, the principal had her daughter, and she shared her year with me. Granted, it wasn't as bad as this, but the daughter would have some entitled moments of her own. And there was one time that I remember, I was driving to school my junior year, and this is when I found out that they lived near me.
Oh no!
On my ass, all the way to school, right on my rear bumper. And I can clearly see it's the principal's daughter and her younger sister. And they're
Oh
on
no!
my butt. And I'm going the speed limit. I'm having to accelerate faster, go above the speed limit, and they are still on me all the way to school from my house. And then I went to her after school, and she said, "What are you going to do about it?" I went, "I will go to Sergeant Algarez and your mom, because what you did was illegal." Never had problems with her after that. But she had a reputation going around the school where she was disliked because she was very like, oh, I could do anything I want, and she was able to do anything she nearly wanted, but so was I, so.
Upperclassman does help with a lot of things, being an upperclassman.
Eh. Well, I mean, my junior and senior year was the only years where she was the principal's daughter.
Oh, oof. That's some tea.
Yeah, but I mean, I was on the principal's good side. I was on
That's
every
good.
single teacher's good side, so I could literally probably murder someone at that school, and people would be like, no, it couldn't have been Thomas. Or Lori. None of the
Oof.
viewers say my real name.
I'm sorry. Was it my fault?
No,
You
it was
released
mine.
that tea.
Yeah. Alright, our next story.
I can say that I've dealt with a lot of entitledness, I guess. Not entitled parents, but more like entitled people.
Yes.
That's a story for another time if we ever do r/entitled people.
Well, I mean, it very much ties in, so...
It ties in.
Yeah, a story for another time.
Yep,
All right.
exactly.
So I think this will be our third to last post for today. EM angry after her son's surgery gets canceled because she didn't follow any protocol. Well, I guess it's cuz, not because, but oh well. I will read this one. So Rose, sit back and listen.
Will do. If you ever need more voices, I'm here.
Alright. It doesn't look like there's any voices here. It looks like
There's a few, but that's not that bad.
It's
Not as bad.
EM.
It's just like a few.
Yeah,
I'll be entitled mom if you never need one, because there's only one line.
Yeah, why don't you?
Yep.
Right. So, first post on here, forgive any grammatical errors or if I misspell anything. Don't worry, I do the same on my own posts. This happened about a month and a half ago, but I never discovered this subreddit until recently. So this definitely needs to be on here. Me. Of course. Who else would it be?
The idiotic entitled meritocracy, or mom.
Huh. CO. Coworkers. So, as I said, this happened about a month and a half ago. I work in a children's hospital and I register kiddos for surgery, and we get a lot of people from different ethnicities and backgrounds. All around, I love my job. But occasionally there is an EM that isn't too much fun. So it's been a good day, and as usual, you get a few phone calls from others panicking because they are a few minutes late to their check-in time, but I get a phone call from an entitled mother, and it goes something like this. Me. Same day surgery, this is me.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna let you know that I'm not gonna be there around 11. I'm not gonna be waiting an hour for my kid to go back into surgery.
I failed to mention they have patients check in about 1:30 before there's 1 hour and 30 minutes before their surgery for the pre-op nurses to get vitals, doctors, and anesthetics to come and talk to them beforehand. And also, the kids are supposed to be NPO, nothing by month, so as to not put them at any risk with, I think that is
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia and such. Me. Okay, let me transfer you over to the pre-op team, and you can let them know. I thought nothing of it really, and figured the pre-op team would explain everything as they usually do, but I was wrong. Apparently, the EM yelled at the pre-op team over the phone when they told her about the reason they have to check in 1 hour and 30 minutes before. Anyway, fast forward to when the kiddo's surgery is supposed to happen. They walk in and EM has her chin held high as most entitled mothers do. My coworker checks them in and tells them to sit by the doors by pre-op so they can hear when they get called in. The EM instead takes her kid to the waiting room where there's snacks, drinks for parents, while the kids are in surgery, and proceeds to give him water and ice. Big no-no. They get called back when the nurses discover that she had been giving him water and such. They said, we'll have to cancel the procedure and reschedule due to him eating. EM went ape on them, yelling at them, saying, I'm not gonna
leave it until my surgeon himself comes in and tells me it's canceled. Sorry.
So she and her kid went just sitting back there in pre-op room for hours. So much for them not wanting to wait. Waiting for the surgeon who has other procedures he needs to do. They got canceled and rescheduled for a couple weeks out. Fast forward a few weeks to their next scheduled surgery. If they don't show up for this one and get rescheduled again, then today, a month and a half later, they finally show up 20 minutes before their scheduled procedure, not check-in time. Chin still stuck up, but finally she wasn't an idiot and didn't feed her kid anything, and he got his procedure. TLDR, EM thinks she knows better than a clinical staff and puts the kid's life at risk. Freaks out when surgery is canceled.
You don't do that. Let's be honest. This parent needs some...
We found a stupid, entitled mother, folks. We found it.
Yeah, we found it.
Granted, majority of them are.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. We got 2 more, so let's see. What do we want to do? EM yells at me for being ugly at the lake and tries to make me leave. Sure, I'll go into a pond for your child, you dumb twat. Or entitled aunt tries to get us to pay for her 6 kids at Sky Zone.
I really want to read that, though. I looked at it, I was like, I really want to read that, but I haven't read it yet.
Which one?
The entitled aunt tries to make us pay for her 6 kids at Sky Zone.
Alright, we'll do that one, and then we'll decide on our last one. Alright.
Alright.
Looks like our cast is Holly and Dad.
You want to be Dad?
Yeah, I'll be a dad.
Fair warning, I'm on mobile, riding this on a car ride, so mistakes are surely to go around here somewhere. So I have this aunt, and we'll just call her Holly. This was back a few years when we're still on speaking terms with Holly. This is the first time we've seen her in a while. So Holly and I just told us that she had 1 kid and I had a sister, so that'd be 3 kids overall. Keep that in mind. We planned on having a dinner at my family's house, and then we were going to go to Sky Zone afterwards. Which you don't know, it's a trampoline place where you pay by the hour to jump, and we had to pay since, we were tight on the money often. So we had planned to meet at our house at 5 p.m., eat my mother's amazing lasagna, and then go to Sky Zone where 3 kids jump and play for an hour. Fun and perfect night. 5 o'clock rolls around. She wasn't there then. 5:30, she wasn't there. Finally, almost 6 p.m., almost an hour after they would have been, when my dad had called them and no one picked up, I was kind of pissed because she had a track record of being late, normally about 30 to 45 minutes, not an hour. So we had to wait some more, 6:45, and we get a text from her. Holly and Dad text to each other. Hey, did you need anything?
Hey, you're almost 2 hours late. What's taking so long?
What am I late for?
We were going to have dinner at our house and then go to Sky Zone, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What, are you coming out or not?
Yeah, just go to Sky Zone. We had gotten McDonald's earlier. So my dad was reading this by play-by-play, and we could hear the whole family getting pissed over whatever. We reheated a couple pieces of lasagna real quick and ate. We knew she wouldn't be there on time, so we had time to eat. And when my dad texted her asking if she was close, she said she was about 10 minutes out, so we sat down and waited. So Holly arrived, walks in the door with 6 children. The following conversation ensues.
Who are all these children?
These are mine.
We had offered to pay for 3 children, not 8 of them.
Oh, come on. They've been so good, and they've been gotten such good grades. They deserve this.
Not that's more than double of what we were going to pay originally.
Ugh, why can't you be a good brother and pay up?
Because we can't afford all of this, we planned for 3 kids, not 8.
Fine, I'll tell it to my children that you're too cheap to let them have fun.
Okay.
My dad got the children's attention and said, "Sorry, kids, you won't be able to bounce tonight. Because your mom lied and said she was all going to get you McDonald's ice cream." Oh my god. That's hilarious. All the kids exploded in yays and thanks from Mom. While they were crowning Holly, my dad told us to leave, so we did. Now that I realize I'm older, I realize how evil that was. Having to drive and go home with 6 hyper kids that were just told they were going to get ice cream, just to realize they wouldn't get any, would suck. I haven't heard from her since. Edit. But the way we didn't know that my aunt had 6 kids after was because she got married and moved to Wisconsin. She didn't talk to us when she moved back. The only person she would talk to was my great-grandmother. And she kept giving Holly money. The only person in the comments to ask if the name Holly was a JoJo reference. Yes, it was.
Perfect. Alright, I shall pick our last one for today. We have an entitled brother acts like he owns my house. Nah, I think I've seen that one before. EM yells at me for being ugly at the lake and tries to make me leave. Sounds like a good story. And so does, sure, I'll go into a pond for your child, you dumb twat. So I think we'll judge it down to a flip of a coin. Let's see. I have a coin somewhere around here. Well, this isn't a coin, but it'll work. It's a heads. So we are going to do...
The AM yells at me for being ugly at the lake.
Yep. Alright. So we have EM, me, EK, and F. Why don't you...
I'll be EM and EK because I'll be in the entitled person. I'm not really an entitled person in real life.
No, but you're making it seem like you are.
Oh, yes. I can do it. I can act it off like I'm an actor.
Yes. Alright, so I will read us off here. So, where I live, we have tons of lakes, and if you've never been to one, it's basically a small beach. So, cast. Me, law and order addict. EM, bitch ass. EK, entitled kid who probably likes...
6 or 7.
5, 6, 7. F, friend. Okay.
Wait, do you want me to be all the ensemble and you just be the main person?
Now, I'll be me and F.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so I have this terrible stretch marks. Okay, I mean...
I got stuff.
wonderful vacuums. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, there goes Discord. Oh dear me. Do 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 do. Rose, type in chat if you just want me to read the whole thing because of the vacuum. Rose. Rose.
I'm back!
Okay.
I was just like, give me like 5 seconds!
Alright, so we're back. Alright, okay, so I have...
Sorry for the mild interruption.
It's just a vacuum cleaner. Dark stretch... Where were we? I mean, I think we were...
The dark stretch marks.
Okay. Dark stretch marks all over my stomach, breasts, hips, and a little bit on my back. My friends and I decided to...
It's a girl, obviously.
Yes, it is. Go to the lake. I wore a bikini. It wasn't just showy, just basic. Covers what it needed to be covered. It's probably worth worth the mention that I'm a teenager. I need to go more high-pitched. That ain't happening.
You want me to take over?
No, I got this. I started this. I'm going to finish it.
I'm gonna watch you die halfway through and have to get water.
I got water already next to me. We're good.
We're good.
When my friends and I chose a spot, When my friends and I chose a place to put our stuff. It was by a family. Since the lake was pretty crowded, I was putting on sunscreen, and we meet E.K.
Mommy, why does that girl look like that? She looks creepy.
I didn't realize he was talking about me. The EM comes over and taps me on the shoulder.
Lady, can you leave?
Why?
You're scaring the kid here, and everyone is thinking that you need to leave.
Ma'am, I don't understand how I'm scaring the children. Could you explain?
Look at you. Points out some cleavage, because obviousness. You're ugly. Those stretch marks are hideous. Either leave or cover up.
Ma'am, I have them everywhere, and I can't do anything about them. Takes off the shorts I have. Don't worry. My swimsuit bottoms were under them.
Ew, look at your hips. You're traumatizing my kid.
Me. I'm getting so mad that I stopped saying ma'am, which is rare. Look, I can not do anything about it. It's how about you leave? Friend realizes what's happening. Lady, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
You're probably one of those teen moms that's what you have, them. You're a bad influence to everyone here. You're never gonna get a boyfriend with those stretch marks. The exact same thing Dark said to me.
We won't get into that story in this video.
We won't get into that story in this video because I could totally spill later.
Yes, I don't want demonetization.
Oh yes, we do not want that right now.
I look great. Shut up.
Don't disrespect your elders.
Me. You are yelling at me for being ugly.
You're ruining all these kids' minds with your slutty ways.
Me. You just told me I will never get a boyfriend. What do you mean, slutty? Friend.
Shut the fuck up, lady.
Shut up, lady.
How dare you use that vulgar language when kids are nearby?
Fuck off. Me. I'm gonna stay right here, and you can't stop me.
That girl is so ugly, blah, 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 blah.
EM hops and walks away. Her family obviously...
Whisper, whisper, whisper sounds.
Besides that, I ended up having fun. By the way, if any of you know how to get rid of lighten stretch marks, can you tell me? Edit. You're all so nice. Thanks. And thanks to those who gave me suggestions on getting rid of them. Well, I feel sorry for this user. This entitled mother clearly...
This entitled mother was like so bitchy, you know?
She was an entitled mother. When aren't they bitchy?
Well, some of them are nicer than others, but this one was one of the meaner scale, on the meaner scale.
I have seen worse on the subreddit. I will say I have
True.
seen much worse.
True. But, like, let's be honest. I feel bad for her, because she's just... I'm a fellow female. Insecurities really do feed itself. With that, it feeds itself. Like, hearing that, it feeds itself, and it's bad.
I mean, I'm male, and I have insecurities.
True.
Everybody in our generation does. Anyway, that was r/entitled parents. Before we go into a deep, heartfelt conversation here about the philosophy of insecurity,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
We're just gonna make a video on influencing and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's what YouTube is in the first place. It's an influence.
Let's do a TED Talk. Get us to TED Talk level.
We'll do that one day.
One day.
Anyway, I'd like to thank you for joining if you stayed to the end of the video. I know, it's weird. I'm posting things nearly weekly now, even though my internet's terrible.
Whoa.
And this won't be up till probably tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. my time.
Or on Monday, like super early in the morning, or super late at the night.
Well, I mean, I'm going to start the upload process as soon as I end the video and edit it. But
True.
thank you, folks, for joining us on r/entitledparents. I'm thinking I'm going to make this a series where we just go through and cycle through subreddits on Reddit. I mean, there is thousands.
Too many.
Thousands of subreddits. Absolute thousands. From memes to advice animals to old school cool. There's so many of these. We're probably not
Throwbacks.
throwbacks. We're probably not going to do r/movies or r/pics. We
Because,
might have some
no.
asshole design or butthole design.
We might continue with the r/entitled people.
We'll come
Maybe.
back to it. We'll come back to it one day. Definitely, we'll come back to it
One day.
one day.
Because there's tons of stories with that.
Oh, there's millions of stories on that.
Because even we have stories.
Yes, we have our own stories. Let's see. It doesn't show posts, but if we click over here, sort by new, we can already see EM tries to kidnap my girlfriend. Entitled and rude mother confronts us over allergy. EP says she'll get me kicked out of our house, gets kicked out instead. My babysitting is too expensive. FU says EK in kindergarten. There's a lot of gem stories in here, and it's enjoyable to go watch them. But I'm gonna have to end the video here today. It is 9:41 p.m. for me. Rose, it's like
It's
11.
10.
Yeah, 10.
It's 10, about to turn 11, and I'm like, I need to sleep. Because I've had 5 hours at band camp, and also had to stay awake for that for registration. Not having a good time, and like sleep paralysis.
Band camp is band camp. And
Band camp is band camp. We could check band camp stories.
yes, but at least
There's a
it's not
ton of
Bible
them.
camp.
Oh no! Or homophobic reformation.
Jesus, I forgot
Trying to
those
get
existed.
reverse your gayness. Reverse your gayness. So
I
like
forgot
banned
those
on
existed.
my Bible camps.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to end it here.
We
Everybody
need to end it
go-
before we get too controversial.
Yes, we're getting too controversial. Stop! Stop!
Oh no!
Anyway,
No!
everybody, thank Rose for joining me.
Bye!
And this
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, it's enjoyable. Anyway, this is Lloyd Andrews signing off.